Today, we are making really delicious tasting tofu. I have 3 incredible recipes. We're using super firm tofu for all of them. Let's go. Starting off with this 5-ingredient maple tofu, you're going to start by mixing together some ketchup, some low sodium soy sauce, a little bit of maple syrup, and some garlic powder. This is the easiest one. It's so delicious, so full of flavor, but so quick to make. Whisk that all up until it's well combined. Take your tofu block and cut it in half, and then you're going to open it up. There is a little bit of water that comes in super firm tofu, but it's not as much as like an extra firm, so you don't need to press it. Then cut that half in half, and then cut those halves into thirds. So you will be left with 6 little tofu sort of steaks, little tofu rectangles, whatever you want to call them. So then you're going to take a sharp knife and you're going to make cross hatch patterns on the top and the bottom of the tofu. This is going to allow the marinade to get in there, create a little bit of a textural difference. It really is so good. Such a quick and simple thing to do to really change your tofu up. Now you're going to start by brushing on some of that sauce that we made. So I'm just brushing it on the top halves and the sides. Make sure to get it really well. I like to use a silicone brush for this, makes it super easy. And we're going to keep adding layers of this sauce, so it's going to add a lot of flavor to the tofu. So it's going to look something like this with our first round. We're going to pop this into a pan. If you're using a nonstick pan, you don't really need to add anything. If you want to add a little oil, you can. You don't have to. So then we're going to pop them in side down that we brushed the sauce on, so we can brush the sauce onto the other side. You're going to let them cook for like 3 to 5 minutes until the sauce starts to get kind of caramelized in the pan. Give them a flip. We'll brush more sauce on, let them cook again for a few minutes, give them a flip, brush more sauce on, and you keep just adding these layers of flavor until it looks something like this. Then you can put them all in a dish and enjoy them however you like. This kind of reminds me of like a ham, so it's really good. I'm going to add a little more sauce on there. You'll have a lot of sauce. It's really flavorful. And that's it. This is delicious, easy to make, and perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. On to our next recipe, this easy and quick sesame tofu. So this was inspired by a recipe that I made years ago that's in my cookbook that's on YouTube, and it's my sesame tofu, but this is just an even quicker version, perfect for weeknights. Start by taking the other half of block of tofu that we had, and we're going to break it up into pieces with our hands, add it into a pan, and then add the cornstarch. Just shake it up right in the pan. It makes it so much easier. Add oil into your pan and then just coat the tofu in it, and you'll let this cook up and get nice and golden and crispy. Adding cornstarch to your tofu is such a game changer. We're going to make the sauce, so we're going to add in low sodium soy sauce, maple syrup, sesame oil, garlic powder, and ginger paste, and mix this all together, and that's it. So I'm flipping the tofu after a few minutes, letting it get that really nice golden color. And it's a little bit of a pain to have to flip them all, but just make sure to continuously flip them every 5 minutes or so that way all those sides are getting nice and crispy and having access to touching the pan. Once they have reached your desired goldness and crispiness, you can pour the sauce over, and I like to pour a little bit, mix it around, pour a little bit, and mix it around, and the maple syrup will help thicken this and make it glazy and saucy and so good. And that's really it. You can give the pan a little shake, just make sure everything gets coated nicely, add it to your dish, and then I always love to top mine with green onions and sesame seeds. You don't have to do this, you can enjoy it as is, but it is so good, and it's seriously perfect for weeknight dinner. Pair it with your favorite vegetables like broccoli or string beans and some rice, and there you go, another yummy one. For our final recipe, we're going to make this crispy baked shredded tofu tacos. So we're going to start by taking half a block of the tofu and just shred it with a box grater. It creates this really cool effect, and it's delicious. Spread it out onto a baking sheet, and then you're going to add some olive oil over top, but also make sure to give them space, like spread them out pretty well. So add the olive oil over top, and then in here I have a bunch of seasonings, and I'm going to show you a magic trick. Ready? Just swirl the bowl around, and there you go. Nice and mixed up, easy, ready to go. So pour that over your shredded taco meat, your tofu taco meat. Mix it all around. You're going to pop this in the oven. It actually cooks up very quickly. I let mine get a little too overcooked. You'll see in a second. They were still delicious, but they were almost a little too crispy. So I'll adjust the cooking time for you guys in the recipe. And yeah, once your tofu is done, add a little bit of vegan cheese to a little tortilla. Add the taco meat, the tofu taco meat, spray it with some spray oil, pop it back in the oven for a few minutes, just get everything warm and that vegan cheese melty, and that's it. Enjoy it with some pico de gallo, add some microgreens, some more vegan cheese on top, some lime, and that's it. I hope you enjoyed these recipes. As always, they're on my blog, and full ingredients in the description box down below. Thanks for watching. Bye!